You're reminding me of, Owen Dockham at Live Oak Strength. Do you know that name?
Well, I know the name of the business.
Yeah, he obviously they're based in Emeryville, California, and he's got a similar situation now where he's built a great business, very much similar to yours, word of mouth, great reputation, great brand, great team. He's really his team have done a great deal, and he has that balance now where he's can work in or on the business as much as he likes, and then he has his young family, he has his hobbies, he has a great balance for him. He has a cabin in the woods somewhere, all this stuff. And you very much reminded me of that. And it's interesting to me because I feel like both of you have really cracked something. It's obviously about the people. It's obviously about hiring the right people so that you can hand over clients. In Owen's case, he's been really great at systems. You not so much, but you have got some systems obviously in place, right? At least the minimum. Um, and obviously you've really focused on, and this is something you shared actually, Andre, back in 2018. I asked you for your advice to new trainers listening, and you were like, stay passionate about the product, stay passionate about the simplicity of high intensity training. And what happens in our industry, a lot of people start these businesses and they lose that passion because it's hard. It's not easy. There's a lot of rejection. There's a lot of people that will not get it, as you know, right? And you look around and you're like, I'm by myself. No one's doing this stuff. And, it can be very lonely. And so it's very hard to, and then what happens then? Well, then you stop training as much. You don't take it seriously. You don't take your health as seriously. Maybe you put on some weight. This kind of thing can happen, right? Um, and I feel like you want to see the similarities in those who are really successful. It's this like unwavering passion for HIIT and it's sticking with it and it's keeping it simple. Like you just do one-on-one, right? I don't think you do
Yeah,
group. Is that
one on
correct?
one because we are really good at it, and
Yeah.
I'm really don't want to touch that formula. I tried semi-private. I'm still kind of trying to get a feel for it, realizing that we could be, making more income that way. Um, but one-on-one works. We are profitable, maintain good lifestyle. We pay, decent wages to the trainers. Um, so, it's kind of working. So for now, it's
Yeah. I think it's not to say no one should be doing semi-private. It's just to say like you've done a really great job keeping it simple. I think that's the thing is simple and staying on brand with the high intensity
exactly, exactly.
training.
And this is what we've done. This is kind of what I talk quite a bit in my new book.
Right.
Kind of, what's in retrospect, looking back, why we're here today. Because if, part of it is staying consistent, focusing on one thing, focus-based business. And once you do, one thing for 1,000 times, or, in our case, tens of thousands of times,
Right.
you get good at it. And if anybody wants a high quality strength training workout for, quality of life and health and well-being, um, we really have no much competition. We want best. And our clients recognize it. Our typical clients are executives and, kind of middle upper class, lots of people who've been around, have personal trainers and have all the money to go anywhere else. And yet they stick with us for years and years and years because the
Right.
product works and it's very sustainable. And this is kind of the key is, that's one of the reasons I like still doing the intros because I, develop a story as probably most of us in this industry, how we introduce this. And, the story starts with a little bit history, but then focusing on the whys, essentially why muscle is the organ of longevity, making that clear to the prospect client. And then telling them essentially, this is not the only way to train. I'm not saying there's no other ways to build muscle and strength. If you understand basics of exercise physiology, you can, skin the cat in many different ways. But what makes us unique is, yes, we're very efficient in terms of 30 minutes. You won't get any other kind of workout give you as many benefits as you can get from this style of training. But what's more important than that is it's really sustainable. And since the muscles are organ of longevity, and if you want, optimal aging, if you age of 40 and above, you must do strength training. There's really no, it
Right.
should be a lifestyle, really.
Brushing your
and
teeth.
how our approach is sustainable as a lifestyle. And because it's only 30 minutes once or twice, and we save, people don't get hurt, generally, and it works. So I tell them, this is our difference. You can go somewhere else, work out, and you should that's what you want to. There's plenty of other gyms out there. But if you want something sustainable that works, it's us. And, you mentioned something about how you feel lonely. Yeah, that definitely felt like that for the first few years in business, not anymore.